What is up, my mates of YouTube? My name is Aussie Marcel, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about 6 David Beckham fragrances, and I'm going to be giving my thoughts and impressions on them. Starting things off, we've got David Beckham Classic. I remember having a bottle of this back in high school and thinking it smelled like an old man, but let's see how different it is nowadays. So here's Classic. Bottle is, it's alright, you know, it's got a light ambery coloured liquid. Let's give it a smell. Atomizer is decent, I've got to say. As for the fragrance itself, very masculine. It's a little spicy, a little woody. It's a little on the generic side, but I actually think it smells quite nice. Yeah, it's woody and spicy, and there's a touch of sweetness as well. I would say that's probably coming from some citrus notes up top. Anyways, this one isn't bad, and for $15 Australian, you can do a lot worse. Next up, Intimately by David Beckham. I've spoken about this one on the channel here before, and I've always thought the packaging is quite classy. You know, it just has sort of like an elegance to it. You know, it's the square bottle, it just looks good. As for the fragrance itself, Atomizer is a little on the weaker side. It's very warm, spicy, powdery. It's got some violet, some cinnamon, some vanilla, and it's got woodsy notes as well. This one is a little more mature than Classic, but I think that if you're somebody just getting into fragrances and you happen to, you know, see a $15 fragrance, this may be something that you gravitate towards, and I reckon if you're sort of like a sharper dressing younger man, you're going to be able to pull this one off. But as it stands, I do reckon this is a more mature aged scent. Now we've got David Beckham's Beyond Forever. I'm pretty sure this is a close approximation of Dior's Fahrenheit, but let's just wait and see. The bottle for this one is modern and minimalistic. As for the fragrance and atomizer, atomizer is decent. It does have a slight Dior Fahrenheit vibe to it. It isn't a cologne though. It's floral. It's got a slight leatheriness, it's aromatic as well. It is a unique smelling fragrance, but at $25 to $30, I do think it is a little overpriced. I will give it points for uniqueness though, so do keep that in mind. Next up, David Beckham Homme. I also owned a bottle of this in high school, but I do not remember what it smells like. This is $15, but I have seen it as cheap as $10 at certain retailers. Let's check this one out. Atomizer is okay, not the best. Very peppery, very spicy, woody and aromatic. This is maybe the best of the bunch so far. That pepper note is so prominent. It reminds me a little bit of F Black by Salvatore Ferragamo. It's got a slight fruitiness as well. I want to say apple, it could be pear, but you know, it's in the top there, and it might be paired with some citrus as well. This is probably the best of the bunch so far. For $15, I highly recommend it. That pepper note is just amazing. It smells very classy. Next up, David Beckham Beyond. Let's give this one a go. So it's very similar to Beyond Forever, it's just a darker bottle. Let's give it a go. The atomizer is not bad. As for the fragrance itself, definitely unique. I get a little bit of leather, I get some green notes, I get a bit of spice as well. It's sort of like a hodgepodge of different masculine notes here. I get some grapefruit as well, actually. All in all, this is one of the more unique fragrances of the bunch. At $25 though, I still think it's a little overpriced. If you can get it around the $15 mark and you want to smell unique, I would recommend it, but at 25 to 30, probably not the best option. It does smell modern though, I will give it that. And finally, I've got the most recent of the bunch, David Beckham's Bold Instinct. This is $35 at Chemist Warehouse, but I have seen it for $30 at Priceline. And I will say, the cap is magnetic. Let's give the atomizer a go. Decent atomizer. Fresh, some citrus, but there is an earthiness and a smokiness as well. It reminds me a little bit of sort of a mossy dirt, you know, mossy, earthy, but it's very light, it's very understated. It's slightly more mature, but it is also a unique smelling fragrance, and at the price, I would say it's a little overpriced at $35, but if you can get it for about $20, I would say check this one out because magnetic cap is a nice touch, and it does have a unique vibe to it. I'm a fan of this one, but it is probably not my favorite of the bunch. My favorite of the bunch is absolutely David Beckham's Homme for $15. The pepperiness is just unbeatable. This is my recommendation. Yeah, that smells incredible. This is going to suit you whether you're into casual wear or into more formal wear, you know, leather jacket and jeans or suit and tie. This is going to suit any situation. It's going to be versatile and it's cheap as chips as well. Anyways, if you've ever worn one of these before, let me know what you think in the comments below. And until the next video, my name is Aussie Marcel, and I'll catch you guys around.